Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or whenever you're watching me right now. My name is Jay Luke, the owner and operator of the Passion Is Network. I'm also the host of Talk That Talk. Remember, you can get any of our merchandise right here. Remember, you can get 30% off your purchase. Just type in HBCU band. Remember, 30% off your final purchase. Just type in HBCU band. Go ahead and click that like button. And remember, subscribe to the Passion Is Network and turn on notifications. So here we go. I actually found out about this one late. It was yesterday when I found out. And it happened to be yesterday when I found out. After I found out that one of my favorite sisters, she's a member of Tau Beta Sigma, so she's my soror. But one of my I call her sister because she's definitely family. One of my favorite sisters crossed AKA. So I got that news first, and so I was excited by that. I was like, "Yo, that's dope!" I'm so excited. I think I teared up a little bit, but the journey was long, but she got it. But nevertheless, though, right after that, I received this information, and so it just so happens that I had seen a friend of mine who was traveling down to Tuskegee for homecoming, and when I saw this, the first thing that I immediately did was reached out to her. Now, it was just interesting in the fact that she had posted something. So when she posted, I was like, okay, we're good. We're good. But shots fired at Tuskegee University homecoming. There are reportedly many injured and one who has since passed away. So we're gonna watch this real quick, man.
Yeah. This shit is fucking crazy, bro. What the fuck?
Bruh, that's absolutely ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Listen, first of all, one shot is bad enough, right? Two shots, even worse, right? Because for me, one shot, two shot, three shot is a retaliation on somebody. You're trying to sneak up on somebody, and or there may have been a fight that ensued, and you don't know how to swing, so you pull out, whatever. Bro, literally assault rifles. Like, has to be. What? So apparently the understanding is that the shooters were not, I think they said the shooters were not members of the campus or the university. And so it goes to a lot of the points that a lot of people have left on multiple comments, and the fact that most of these people who are doing the shooting, specifically at HBCUs, because I haven't heard any at PWIs unless somebody can give me the information that I don't know. But the shootings that are happening within HBCUs are people that are not even a part of the campus. Now, the question is, are they alumni? That could be a huge question mark, right? Because to say that they are not students of the campus is one thing. Are they alumni members of the campus is another conversation. But still, at the same time, regardless of the fact, homecoming is about the celebration of the university and the time that you had while you were there, right? As an alumni, I want to go back to the university and I want to reminisce with my frat brothers, my friends, my band members, go get some dope barbecue from somebody's joint, go get some fish from somebody's joint, and everything that is embodied within that experience. I don't go to homecoming to feel unsafe. As a matter of fact, I go to homecoming because that's probably, at least from my experiences, one of the most safest places that I've been, because I'm surrounded by people who know me, who know my character. I know their character, and I've spent an absorbent amount of time with a lot of them because I attended the university. And what you're telling me now is that now people have to feel unsafe going to homecoming. And at some point, there has to be, like, I made a post, I made a show or a report talking about how I did not like, or I'm not necessarily cool with, and or I don't think I remember saying I wasn't cool with it. I think I said something along the lines of, I never thought I would see a day when regulations had to be put on homecoming. I think I said something along those lines, right? But now I'm kind of like, kind of makes sense now. Maybe we should do harder regulations. Because for me, it just doesn't make sense. It's just, and the other half of that, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this. The other half of that is I believe homecoming is a lot different than when I was in school. I'm gonna give you an example. And again, I didn't go to homecoming, but I didn't go to Norfolk's homecoming this year, but I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of people outside of that. And one of the things that was given to me that I'm going to share is the fact that homecoming now was different than when we were there. See, as an undergraduate student, celebrating homecoming for undergrad was like, I'm going to all the events throughout the week. So step show, well, as a band student, we ain't do nothing. But if you're an undergraduate student, you're doing the step show. Back in my day, we had the fashion show. We had the concerts, like all the stuff on campus that was for the undergraduate student, right? But when the day of homecoming came, it was, as a band student, I'll talk from the band perspective first. It was homecoming parade, football game, hang out at the tailgate a little bit, and then you either go back to your dorm, or there were a lot of undergraduate parties that were off campus. So really, the tailgating side of everything was kind of left to strictly the alumni. That was back in my day. What was communicated to me now is that the young folks are hanging around with the old folks. Like, they're staying, and they are a part of this homecoming experience. And so that, from what I'm to understand, also builds the level of attendance that is happening at the homecoming experience. And so when you get that massive amount of people, I think what tends to happen is that you also are opening the gates for, and I don't mean like literal gates, but metaphorical gates, but you're opening the gates for outside traffic, because then it becomes difficult to be able to manage not only the mass level of alumni, but then also the mass level of undergraduate students who are also participating in said thing. And so now you're getting both sides. Like, a lot of people would be like, well, it'd be people who are not part of the university who are doing this. And that becomes a slippery slope, right? Because a lot of people back in my day visited other people's homecomings. I've been to Southern's homecoming before. Very good homecoming, by the way. I've been to PV's homecoming multiple times, and that was before I was an assistant there. I've always wanted to go to Howard's homecoming. Haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna do it one of these days. So visiting another person's campus or being an outsider going to another homecoming is not abnormal. I think what it is the fact that you now, because it's now becoming a mass thing where everybody is going to it. Now you have these people who are from, the random neighborhoods and all that kind of stuff, who like, well, shoot, I see a huge party going on. All this going down. Let me go through. And so they become part of the festivities, and they're not connected to the campus in any way. They don't have fraternity brothers or sorority sisters or partners there. They just there. So I think there has to be a level of policing that goes on. I never thought I would say that. And if the undergraduate kids are going to continue to party with the old folks, which I don't necessarily have a problem with, but I just think that kind of helps with the growth of bodies. I think that you probably need to start looking into better ways to police what's going on at homecoming. And that becomes difficult when when you're dealing with an open campus. Excuse me. It becomes difficult when you're dealing with an open campus. Most HBCUs campuses are wide open, because if I can't park at the campus, I can literally just walk on it. So I don't know, but I think this is tragic. I think it's terrible. I think it's crazy. The fact that you have this many shots going down at a university homecoming, that sounds like gang wars. That literally sounded like gang wars. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I really don't have too many thoughts about it. It's just crazy. But I know that there has to be a level of policing that does happen at homecomings at this point. Talking to some of my partners who did go to homecoming, some of them did say that they felt uncomfortable. And from what I know, nothing happened at, our homecoming, but there is a level of uncomfortability that is now taking place. Not even in the fact that just people have been, doing these things at homecoming, but also because what we remember 20 years ago, 15 years ago, so on and so forth, when it came to homecoming, is just different. Shoulder to shoulder people was not necessarily a thing when we were in school. You had your area that you were at. You may cross over in another area, but you had walking space, but from what I'm to hear, it's packed. So I don't know, man. You guys tell me your thoughts inside of the comment section, man. I just want to be able to see what you guys are thinking, man. What's on your mind? Or what are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about policing homecomings at this point, shutting it down? Give me all of your thoughts, man, because I am at a loss for words. I'm going to be very honest, man. I want to see it all down in the comment section. Again, don't forget, pick up whatever you want. You can get 30% off your final purchase. Just type in HBCU Band. Go ahead and hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And don't forget subscribe to the Passionist Network and turn on notifications, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Peace.